Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another relaxing English podcast. We're so happy you're here today. Whether you're walking, cooking, driving, or just relaxing, thank you for spending your time with us.
Yes, and today we're talking about something we all experience every single day, our feelings.
That's right. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're tired, sometimes we're excited, and sometimes we don't even know how we feel.
Exactly. A friend asked me yesterday, "How are you?" I wanted to answer, but my brain said, good, tired, hungry, maybe all three.
I think we've all had days like that.
The good news is that today you'll learn how to talk about your feelings in natural English, not like a textbook, but like real people do every day.
And don't worry if your English isn't perfect. The goal isn't perfect grammar. The goal is to communicate your thoughts and feelings with confidence.
Let's start with a simple question. How are you feeling today? Think about your answer for a moment.
Maybe you're feeling happy because something nice happened this morning.
Or maybe you're sleepy because you stayed up too late watching videos.
I've definitely done that before.
Me too. Every time I say, just one more video, it somehow becomes 5 more videos.
That's a very common problem. Here's an easy sentence pattern you can use every day. I feel because. For example, I feel excited because I'm going on vacation next week.
Or, I feel nervous because I have a job interview tomorrow.
Notice how simple that is. First, say how you feel, then explain why.
Let's try a few more. I feel relaxed because I'm listening to this podcast.
I feel proud because I finished a difficult project.
I feel worried because my phone is missing.
These are short sentences, but they're powerful. They help people understand you better.
Sometimes people only answer, I'm fine, but real conversations become much more interesting when you add a reason. Instead of saying, I'm fine, you can say, I'm feeling great because I finally finished my work.
Or, I'm a little tired because I didn't sleep well. That's much more natural.
Here's a funny story. Last weekend, I planned to clean my apartment. I made a list, I found my headphones, I played one song, then I sat on the sofa just for 5 minutes.
Let me guess. 5 minutes became 2 hours?
Exactly. When I finally looked at the clock, I laughed and said, I feel lazy today.
We've all had those moments. The important thing is being able to describe them in English.
So today, whenever someone asks, how are you? Don't stop at, I'm fine. Try adding one more sentence. It makes your English sound much more natural.
Before we move to the next part, here's a small challenge. Pause this podcast for a moment or think quietly and complete this sentence. Today, I feel because. There isn't a perfect answer. Just make it honest.
That's how real conversations begin.
In the next section, we'll explore evening emotions, useful everyday idioms like on cloud 9 and down in the dumps, and share a heartfelt story that brings all these expressions together. Welcome back! In this part, let's follow a normal day and see how our feelings change from morning to afternoon.
That's interesting because our emotions don't stay the same all day. They change with our experiences.
Exactly. Let's start with the morning. How do you usually feel when you wake up?
Honestly, it depends on my alarm clock. If it rings at 6 a.m., I feel sleepy. If it's Saturday, I feel amazing.
I think many listeners can relate to that. Sometimes we wake up feeling refreshed. Sometimes we wake up feeling exhausted.
Here's something I say quite often. I feel full of energy today. That means I have lots of energy and I'm ready to start the day.
And on other mornings, you might say, I feel exhausted. That's stronger than saying, I'm tired. Maybe you worked late, maybe you studied for an exam, or maybe your neighbor decided to practice the drums at midnight.
Please don't remind me.
Let's imagine this conversation.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm a little exhausted because I stayed up late finishing a book.
Really? Was it a good book?
It was so good that I couldn't stop reading.
See, that's a real conversation. Not just, I'm tired, but I'm exhausted because. Adding a reason makes your English sound much more natural.
Now let's move to the afternoon. This is often the busiest part of the day. People are working, studying, running errands, meeting deadlines.
And sometimes everything happens at once.
Exactly. Imagine this situation. You have 10 emails, 3 phone calls, a meeting starts in 5 minutes. How might you feel?
I might say, I feel stressed, or I feel overwhelmed.
Good examples. Overwhelmed means you have too many things to do and you don't know where to begin.
I've felt overwhelmed many times. When that happens, I take a short walk, drink some water, and take one task at a time.
That's good advice. Sometimes a small break can completely change your mood.
Here's another useful expression. I feel under the weather.
That's a very common English idiom. It doesn't mean you're standing under bad weather. It simply means you feel a little sick or not your best.
For example, I think I'll stay home today. I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
Native speakers use this expression all the time.
Let's practice a few more natural sentences. I feel confident because I prepared well.
I feel nervous because I'm giving a presentation.
I feel calm because everything is going according to plan.
I feel disappointed because my plans changed. Notice something important. Feelings don't last forever. You can feel nervous in the morning, confident in the afternoon, and completely relaxed in the evening.
That's true. Our emotions change, and that's completely normal.
Before we continue, here's a quick challenge. Think about your afternoon yesterday. How did you feel? Can you answer using this pattern? Yesterday afternoon, I felt because...
Take your time. There are no perfect answers. The more you practice talking about real feelings, the more natural your English will become.
In the next section, we'll explore evening emotions, useful everyday idioms like on cloud nine and down in the dumps, and share a heartfelt story that brings all these expressions together. Welcome back. We've talked about morning and afternoon. Now let's slow down and talk about the evening.
I like evenings. They give me time to think about my day.
Me too. Sometimes I feel relaxed because my work is finished.
And sometimes I feel proud. Not because I did something huge, but because I finished all the little things on my to-do list.
That's a great feeling. We often wait for big successes, but small achievements matter too.
Exactly. Even cooking dinner instead of ordering fast food can make me feel proud.
I know that feeling. Now let's learn a few English expressions that native speakers use when talking about emotions. The first one is on cloud nine.
I love this expression. If you're on cloud nine, you're extremely happy. Maybe you got your dream job. Maybe you passed an important exam. Maybe someone gave you wonderful news.
For example, my sister was on cloud nine when she graduated from university.
Or, I was on cloud nine after hearing that my best friend was coming to visit.
Now let's look at the opposite feeling, down in the dumps.
This means feeling sad or discouraged. Everyone feels this way sometimes.
For example, I've been a little down in the dumps because my vacation was canceled.
The good thing is, feelings change. A difficult day doesn't mean you'll have a difficult week.
That's a wonderful reminder. Now, let me tell you a short story. A few months ago, one of my friends applied for a new job. She prepared for weeks. She practiced interview questions every evening. The night before the interview, she told me, "I feel really nervous."
I think many of us know that feeling.
The interview went well, but then she had to wait. 1 day, 2 days, almost a whole week. She started feeling worried. She kept checking her phone every hour.
Waiting can sometimes be harder than the interview itself.
Exactly. Then one afternoon, her phone finally rang. She got the job. She called me immediately and shouted, "I'm on cloud nine."
I love that. What a beautiful way to share good news.
A week earlier, she was nervous, then she was worried, and finally, she was on cloud nine. That's how emotions work. They change.
And that's why it's useful to know different ways to describe them. Instead of always saying, I'm happy or I'm sad, you can be more specific.
Let's practice together. I'll describe a situation. You think about the feeling. Ready?
You studied hard for months. Today, you passed your final exam. How do you feel?
Welcome to the final part of today's episode. We've shared stories, talked about everyday emotions, and learned many natural ways to express our feelings in English.
And the best part is, you didn't memorize a long vocabulary list. You learned everything through real conversations. That's how we naturally learn a language.
Let's have one final conversation. Imagine we meet at a cafe after work.
Hey, it's been a while. How have you been?
I've been pretty good. Today was busy, but I feel relaxed now that I'm here.
That's nice to hear. My day was a little stressful. I had 3 meetings, answered dozens of emails, and got stuck in traffic.
Wow, that sounds exhausting. How are you feeling now?
Much better. Talking with a friend always helps. How about you? Did anything interesting happen today?
Actually, yes. I finished a project that I've been working on for weeks. I feel really proud.
Congratulations! You should celebrate.
Maybe I will. What about your plans this weekend?
I'm going hiking with some friends. I'm really excited. If the weather stays nice, I think it'll be a perfect day.
That sounds wonderful. I hope you're on cloud 9 by the end of the weekend.
Me too. And if it rains, well, I'll try not to be down in the dumps.
See how natural that conversation sounded? No complicated grammar, just simple English and honest feelings.
Exactly. When you speak about real experiences, your English becomes more natural. People don't expect perfect English. They want to understand how you feel.
Before we finish, let's do one final review. Today we talked about saying, I feel happy because, I feel nervous because, I feel exhausted because, I feel relaxed because, I feel proud because, I'm under the weather, I'm on cloud 9, I'm down in the dumps.
Now here's today's speaking challenge. Complete these 3 sentences aloud. Number 1. Today I feel because. Number 2. Yesterday I felt because. Number 3. This weekend I hope to feel because.
Wonderful. If you answered those questions, you practiced real English. Little by little, these simple conversations will become part of your everyday life.
Remember, you don't need hundreds of difficult words to express yourself. A few simple sentences spoken with confidence can create meaningful conversations. And every time you practice, you're taking another step towards becoming a more confident English speaker.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We hope this conversation helped you feel more comfortable talking about your feelings in English.
If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who's learning English too. And we'd love to hear from you. Today's question is, how are you feeling today and why? Write your answer in English. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just communicate.
Keep listening, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep enjoying your English journey.
Take care, stay positive, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, and happy learning.